now.
And good morning to you, everybody. It is Wednesday, November 20th, and happening right now. 4 people in custody due to a stabbing investigation. We've got the latest on everybody involved coming up.
And a new report from CBS News shows President Obama's sinking approval rating.
Plus, a KOIN 6 exclusive interview with a hit-and-run driver who tells us, quote, "It's all my fault," what she wants other drivers to know before heading out after a drink. Those stories and more straight ahead. But first, meteorologist Riley O'Connor giving us a look at our forecast. And Riley, some changes in store.
That's right. You'll notice that when you head out the door this morning, we're talking about 15 degrees cooler than what we were yesterday. You're even going to see some frost on those windows this morning. So we're in the low 30s right now. We'll be around 40 by 8 a.m. A northeast breeze picks up today. We get to 47, but another cool night on tap for tonight. I'll let you know how low we go coming up.
Thank you very much, Riley. Well, new this morning, a stabbing investigation is underway in northeast Portland right now. We're told one person has been taken to the hospital with a stab wound to the chest. Our Brent Weisberg has been following the story for us this morning and joins us live with the latest.
Chad, good morning. Portland police tell me they are still trying to figure out what exactly happened. We do know 4 people have been detained for questioning. This man who was stabbed is in at Legacy Manual Medical Center suffering from a collapsed diaphragm, according to Portland police. They were called to the intersection of Northeast 12th and Tillamook around 2:40 this morning on a report of a disturbance. When officers got there, they found the man had been stabbed. Investigators say that they quickly set up a neighborhood search area. They detained 3 people pretty quickly and then called in for the Gresham Police K-9 unit to come in and help with the search for a possible 4th suspect. It turns out that that 4th suspect was actually hiding nearby. And he tried to make a run for it, according to officers, and that's when a patrol officer saw him, quickly arrested him. Again, 4 people have been detained. We don't know what led up to the stabbing. According to officers on scene, the man was walking down the street when he was approached by these group of individuals, and that's when the confrontation and stabbing happened. But again, Portland police say they are still sorting everything out. Reporting live, I'm Brent Weisberg, KOIN 6 News.
Thank you, Brent. Today, the Interim House Committee on Healthcare will be discussing the ongoing problems with Cover Oregon. They'll be getting an update from the executive director. We've been following the problem-plagued website since the October 1st launch. In fact, not a single person has signed up online to date. And we're going to have complete coverage of this meeting that's taking place in Salem today, starting on KOIN 6 News at noon. Meanwhile, the White House is acknowledging top officials, including the president, were briefed on potential problems with Healthcare.gov 6 months before its October 1st launch. Now, the president has faced weeks of questioning about whether he knew of problems with the website ahead of its launch. Tech experts testified before a congressional hearing that, in their opinion, the site is still not sufficiently secure for consumers to confidently use it. And those concerns leading to falling approval ratings for President Obama. According to a new CBS News poll, the president's approval rating has fallen to 37%, a 9-point drop in a month, and it's the lowest ever for President Obama. The poll also found 43% of Americans believe the Affordable Care Act should be repealed. CBS This Morning will be taking a closer look at those numbers and what they mean coming up in an hour on CBS This Morning.
Parents, a heads up for you. Thousands of toxic toys have been seized, and U.S. Custom and Border Patrol agents took about 200,000 toys from 8 ports, including here in Portland. These plastic toys were all from China and contain the banned chemical phthalates. But officials are admitting they can't catch everything, so parents, here's the part for you. You need to look at the labels and where the products are made for toys. Also, you can always check the Consumer Product Safety Commission and Osprey's website. And happening right now, the state reconsiders an air quality permit for a local manufacturer. They have received several complaints about noxious fumes. The DEQ renewed Daimler Truck's permit in July, but neighbors are saying the sulfur smell coming from the Swan Island plant is still taking over the overlooked neighborhood. So, in a highly unusual move, the DEQ says it will now grant a petition of reconsideration. Daimler Trucks of North America is telling us it will cooperate with that investigation. It also says the plant's emissions are well below permitted levels.
6:04, time now to check in with Carly Kennelly. She's got a look at that morning commute. We've got an accident out there, Carly.
Yeah, this is on the side street. So this is 162nd and Division where we've got a report of an accident. No accidents on the freeways. We're getting close to rush hour though, so watch out for those brake lights in certain areas like I-5 southbound. That's always the first spot to slow. Right now, I-84 looks great on the way in. You can see this is I-84 at Providence. I-5 southbound maintains a good speed across the southbound span of the Interstate Bridge. You've got I-5 here at I-205. The northbound commute in from Tualatin looks fabulous, and so does this drive here on the west side. Highway 26 at 217. It's a quick drive in from Hillsborough. Selwood Bridge construction will cause major traffic changes on Highway 43 near the bridge starting today. Highway 43 traffic will be reduced to one lane, and that's between the bridge and Riverview Cemetery from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. One of the two northbound lanes will close between the bridge and the Macadam Bay driveway from 9 a.m. to noon, and a northbound lane will remain closed south of the cemetery entrance from noon to 4 p.m.
Thank you, Carly. A woman convicted in a deadly hit and run sits down with KOIN's Amy Frazier to answer some tough questions about the night that she hit a man along Southwest Barber and didn't stop. Miriam Clinton says that she thinks about him every day.
I hurt somebody else, and this has affected so many people's lives in so many ways that didn't do anything to deserve it, and it's all my fault.
20-year-old Henry Schmidt is a Lewis and Clark student, and he was seriously injured that August night. He was walking his bike right along the road with a flat tire when he was hit. Last Friday, the single mother from Lake Oswego was sentenced to 3 years in prison. She admits on that August night she had been having a few drinks with her friends beforehand, and she claims she didn't know that she hit a person.
I looked up, and what felt to me like a sign or something hit my windshield, and all I could think was, oh my goodness. I kept going. I should have stopped.
She hopes sharing her story will help other drivers make better choices in what she says was a series of mistakes that night. As for the victim, Henry Schmidt, his mother tells us he is working hard right now to recover.
Now, the forecast with KOIN 6 meteorologist Riley O'Connor.
Well, you're going to find lots of stars early this morning. We are clear, but Mother Nature is giving us a very cold start. In fact, a frosty start for most of us. We are at 34 degrees right now in Portland, so a little shock to the system when you head outside this morning. A light wind from the north and west at 5 miles per hour, and check out towards Hillsborough. 27 degrees right now. Now, Beaverton, you've gone up a little bit. You were 27. You're now at 30. 30 degrees in Oregon City and Vancouver. You're at 28. You're now at 31 degrees. Very cool along the coast, though. 31 in Astoria and 31 degrees in Salem. Mid-30s out towards the Dow. Still looking at a little bit of cloud cover, too, out in the eastern parts of the state, helping to keep it a little bit warmer. Now, by the time 8 a.m. rolls around, we'll see lots of sunshine. We'll be right around 40 degrees, but you're going to notice these northeast winds picking up today. We could get some gusts near 30 miles per hour, so that's going to make that 47 feel a little bit cooler. Check out the evening. We'll stay clear. 33 by 9 p.m. I'll let you know how cold we get coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you for that, Riley. New this morning, Seattle police arrest 4 people who have been squatting in a Seattle school. The building is slated for renovation, and right now it's not being used, but the group has been holed up in that school since August as they are demanding more teaching of Black history in Seattle schools. The district says the squatters were costing them thousands of dollars in construction fines.
Neighbors in Northeast Portland are noticing changes right along 82nd Avenue ever since some questionable businesses closed up shop.
The neighborhood is working with the police to get this stuff under control. We're tired of it.
It was once known as an area for crime, drugs, and prostitution, but foot patrols by neighbors along 82nd being credited now with some of that decrease in crime, and they've formed the largest neighborhood watch in the city. City leaders also tell us there's a positive shift, new businesses and new construction moving into the area of the city. And just into the newsroom this morning, the NFL Players Association will reportedly be conducting its very own investigation into the Miami Dolphins bullying scandal. Richard Smith, who counseled the union in the New Orleans Saints bounty case, is reportedly going to investigate. Tackle Jonathan Martin has said he was harassed by teammates, particularly Richie Incognito, who's been suspended. The NFL does already have their own investigator who's been questioning players, coaches, and staff. 6:08 and still to come, a popular food cart has a new offer for Blazer fans this morning. How you can get a free taco. Straight ahead.
Plus, it's not a movie, but Los Angeles police have hired some zombies. What the undead are doing to remind citizens about keeping their doors locked.
It's a clear cold start for us this morning. Here's a live look at Salty's on the Columbia. 33 degrees right now. You might find some frost out there on those windows. I'll let you know how cold we're going to get tonight coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Riley. Well, new this morning, Alabama state leaders are working to lure Boeing to the Huntsville area. The governor and mayor met with Boeing representatives yesterday. Boeing will soon be building a new 777X, and last week the company announced it would look for a new place to build the plane because union members in Washington rejected a new contract. Now, Boeing just received billions of dollars worth of orders for that new plane at the Dubai Air Show. A decision, though, not likely to be made until next year. China sending a state-of-the-art hospital ship to the Philippines to help with relief efforts. The 14,000-ton Peace Ark will take Chinese relief supplies. It comes after foreign and domestic critics called the country's response slow and less than generous. The world's second largest economy initially announced it would be giving $200,000, but then bumped it up by $1.6 million. Still less than what IKEA, the company, announced it would be donating, $2.7 million. Iran's supreme leader says new sanctions will never force the country to welcome nuclear concessions. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei also criticized U.S. government policies, however, added Iran had no animosity toward American people and wanted friendly relations. World powers resumed talks today in Geneva over a possible nuclear deal that could lift some sanctions in exchange for curbs on Iran's nuclear program.
Happening today, President Obama awards the Presidential Medal of Freedom on more than a dozen Americans. Former President Bill Clinton is among the recipients, as well as Oprah Winfrey, former Washington Post executive director Ben Bradley, singer Loretta Lynn, and women's rights activist Gloria Steinem. This is the highest award that the U.S. gives a civilian. It's all part of a lasting legacy from President John F. Kennedy. And this Friday marks the 50th anniversary of his death. So for more on his life and his legacy, go to KOIN.com. A new resolution funds one small town's efforts to open up its own marijuana store. The North Bonneville City Council passed this last night, and it sets up an authority dealing with managing that business. The mayor says that they want to run their own store so they'll have more control and get the revenue benefits. The city must apply for and be approved for a license first.
6:14, time now to check in once again with Carly Kennelly for a look at that commute out there. And how are things looking?
Well, we've got an accident, and this is up in Vancouver, I-205 headed northbound at SR 500. There's an accident on the left side. You can see the flashing lights there, and that is not causing a delay, which is the good news. You will not be sitting any big backups there on I-205 northbound at SR 500. Just be aware of it if you're headed that direction. Now take a look at the I-5 southbound drive. So, we're waiting for that rush hour commute to start, and right now I-5 southbound is getting busy. In fact, I'm seeing a backup now at SR 14, and then it clears up once you're on the other side of the interstate bridge. 8 minutes still in from SR 500. That's going to change because this slowdown just started here at SR 14 on I-5 southbound. You'll also find I-84 is getting busy on the way in from I-205, but no major delays at the moment, so it's looking good there. Crews continue to install signs and loop detectors on Highway 217. The northbound 217 ramp to westbound 26 will close tonight and every night this week from 9:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. The Barnes Road off-ramp will remain open.
Thank you, Carly. The Los Angeles Police Department partnering with some zombies in its latest theft prevention campaign. They posted this parody video on YouTube titled "Invasion of the Zombie Bandits." Now, it features a gang of zombies attempting to break into cars. Some officers starred in the short clip. Their message: hey, folks, remember, lock your cars. Don't leave anything valuable inside.
Let's talk about crime, boring. Let's talk about zombies, exciting, and maybe fuse them and come up with something that is going to resonate.
He really boils it down there, doesn't he? Boring, exciting. Got it all covered. Police say about 400 cars are vandalized every day in the city of Los Angeles.
Happening right now, these Bat Boy t-shirts are selling like hotcakes. They're pretty cool. They were designed and made to benefit last Friday's Make-A-Wish event in San Francisco. Kid Monarch Clothing hoped to sell 500 shirts to support Make-A-Wish and 5-year-old Miles Scott, who's battling leukemia. Today, they've sold around 2,000 and more than 3,000 orders are in place. Love hearing that.
that.
Bat Kid. All right. A local food truck has a new offer for anybody who doesn't really like that whole Egg McMuffin deal that's happening at the Moda Center when the Blazers score more than 100 points at a home game.
Who doesn't want more options, right? Koi Fusion says you can now bring the coupon to any of their locations around the metro area and get a free taco. We did take a look at their website this morning. It says that they hope Blazer fans will chant Koi Tacos at the next home game. And that game is Friday. It's against the Bulls. This change could make at least a few Blazer fans happier, but they're still unhappy about the change.
Girl, you put a sausage egg McMuffin in my hand, I'm raising hell. Cause I don't want that. Nope, don't you get it? Huh? This new promotion? What? It's pathetic. I'ma bring my own chalupa.
So if you have a complaint, where do you take it? Well, these days you go to YouTube, right? You make a video, you write a song, and boom, here you have it. A couple of Blazer fans created this video showing it just how much they're not fans of the new offer. They favor the chalupa over the McMuffin. You know, Blazer fans, this came with a little resistance, but hey, you know what? The chalupa was there for 14 years.
I hear that, but free is free. Now you get two free, so why not? I mean,
but see here, with the chalupa, you could go after the game and get your reward right then and there. Now you got to wait until the next morning. You know, McDonald's stopped serving it.
Fan.
Breakfast.
I am a chalupa fan too. I could eat a chalupa every day.
What are we doing in the weather department today?
You know what? You need the cocoa or the coffee before you head out the door to keep warm because it is a cold morning for us, a good 15 degrees cooler than what we were yesterday. So we're starting off in the upper 20s to lower 30s now, but as you look at the planner, we will have a lot of sunshine. Temperatures will be right around 40 degrees by 8 a.m. You might even find a little bit of frost on your windows this morning. The northeast breeze will start to pick up today, and we'll get some gusts up to around 25 miles per hour or so. So that's going to make our high of 47 feel a lot cooler today. Now tonight we're going to cool down fast under the clear skies. The breeze will start to lighten up, 36 by 7 p.m. and 33 degrees by 9 p.m. So as we look outside this morning, we are at 34. Now that's the coldest we've been this morning. Chilly start for us. Northwest winds at 5 miles per hour, but colder out towards Tigard and Hillsboro in the upper 20s right now, 29 in Garden Home, 32 for downtown, and 34 at PDX. Hood River this morning at 32 degrees and a cold start out towards Astoria and Tillamook at 30 degrees. So the kids definitely need that jacket. Like I mentioned, maybe some hot cocoa for them. Right at 39 degrees. Sunrise today at 7:17, and it is National Peanut Butter Fudge Day, so maybe give them a snack after school today. I always like peanut butter fudge, that's for sure. So as we go ahead and look at the satellite and radar, we are seeing the clouds exit. Now we had that frontal boundary that moved through yesterday that brought us the precipitation. So the southern parts of the state and the eastern area still looking at plenty of clouds right now, even some scattered showers out there too. That will end and we'll get some gradual clearing out there. Now up in the metro area, we're going to get those northeast winds coming in. It is going to be a dry air mass and the winds will pick up as the day goes on. So as we look at the wind forecast this morning, we'll start off pretty light, generally from the north, and then they start to transition more to a northeasterly direction. Notice by the afternoon we have sustained winds between about 15 and 20 miles per hour, and the gusts could get to around 25. Out towards the gorge, we could see winds gusting maybe 30, 35 miles per hour. Now tonight though, notice around 9:30 those winds start to lighten up a little bit, and that's also going to enable us to stay very cold as well. Now temperatures along the coast right around 37 degrees, mid to upper 40s in the valley. You'll see some patchy fog possibly this morning. Gradual clearing as the day goes on east of the mountains. Baker City around 36 degrees and 39 in Burns with a low near 8 degrees tonight. The gorge will be breezy today. Government Camp 34 with plenty of sunshine and a low near 17. Now downtown will be right around 28 degrees for the overnight low today. Out towards Hillsboro and Beaverton, lower 20s, as well as Sherwood with a high near 48. We'll generally see all the sunshine today with highs between about 46 and 48 degrees with a low near 28 for Vancouver. So a great day to get out and do Sushi for a Cause. Now this is for the fundraiser for Officer Robert Lepke's family. This is from 5 to 9, and this is at Sushi Takahashi. So a great idea to get out there, and all the tips and donations go to his family. So as we look at the next couple of days, we'll stay sunny and breezy. A frosty start for Thursday, and on Friday we stay dry through Tuesday, but chilly with those overnight lows. Back to you guys.
At least we've got the sun, though. Thanks, Riley. 6:20 and flames racing through a warehouse, killing nearly a dozen people. Next, the 2 people that police now have in custody.
And millions of kids around the world examined for how fast they can run. What researchers found that indicates kids these days running out of breath a bit faster than their parents. And good morning. It's 6:23. Right now, 2 owners of a Chinese warehouse are in police custody after a fire killed 11 people. 4 others were hurt when flames quickly spread through the building. Now, that fire took more than 2 hours for firefighters to finally get a hold of. The cause, though, still under investigation this morning. Some senior executives of IKEA France are in police custody right now. They're accused of illegally spying on employees and customers. IKEA has fired the 4 employees and instituted a code of conduct in response to the investigation. Now, 2 unions have filed complaints against the company, saying they spied on hundreds of employees and customers over at least 5 years. And more people are calling themselves Oregonian than this time last year. Portland State University's Population Research Center estimates Oregon's population increased by more than 35,000 people in the past year. Food, outdoor activities, and affordable housing, some of the main reasons why people are moving to the state. In addition, more people are coming here for work.
I graduated in June, had about a month off, and then I ended up getting a job up here in Portland, so I made the move.
Now, the majority of people are coming from Washington and California, the research says, and many are moving to Multnomah and Washington counties.
A very sparkly find for a cleaning crew on board a commercial plane in India. They found 24 gold bars worth more than $1 million, all stuffed into a toilet compartment. Officials say they have seen a spike in smuggling after import taxes jumped high this year. No one has come forward for that gold yet, and no arrests have been made. Some new research this morning. Parents, guess what? It indicates that your children cannot keep up with you. Studies on 250 million children around the world found that they don't run as fast or even as far as their parents did when they were young. Researchers say on average, kids between 9 and 17 take about 90 seconds longer to run a mile than their counterparts did 30 years ago. It is 6:25, and the collapse of a Vancouver warehouse creates what neighbors say sounded like a big explosion. So coming up, we take a look at what went on inside.
And also this morning, a congressman facing drug charges, what the freshman lawmaker says caused his bad decision.
And good morning, everyone. We're waking up with a little frost on those windows. It's a cold start, but it gets even colder tonight. I'll talk about a forecast coming up.
Check out the accident on I-205 northbound at SR 500. It is not causing a delay, but it's getting very busy coming in from Vancouver.
Ahead on CBS this morning, priceless family mementos scattered more than 100 miles away by the Midwest storms. The amazing story of how they're being returned to a woman who lost everything. Plus, only on CBS this morning, astronaut Karen Nyberg. The news is back in the morning. See you at 7.